In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at my COMC account, more specifically the November update, some of the different stuff that I bought as well as what I sold. Now, being the first video here on the channel, minus a COMC mail day I did a long time ago, I would love to have some feedback on this. What do you guys want to see more of? What do you want to see less of with these specific videos? In that regard, also, I have watched a few other COMC videos here on YouTube, both NeoCards Comic, then Run Good Life, and there's been a few other smaller YouTubers, which apologize for forgetting their names, but I thought it was some pretty fun content over here, and I thought it was going to be a good addition to the channel. So I do hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to go on my computer now and take you through this walkthrough. All right, so here is my COMC account page. I wanted to show you guys some of the different statistics over here with this general account information. So up first, right now, I have 1,510 cards that are loaded into my COMC account. That doesn't include all the stuff that is still processing, which we'll go over in a second. COMC says our SRP is 10,747. Now, I comped all my cards. Sometimes I put them at the very bottom level. Some of the vintage I priced a little bit higher depending on the quality of the card. And when you do have 1,500 cards, there are people that are going to underprice you. There's people that are going to overprice you. So I would say probably the portfolio value right now is between 9 and 10 grand, maybe a little less, maybe a little bit more, but the asking price across the board is $10,642, 1470 cards for sale. There's some cricket cards and some other non-sports stuff I haven't listed for sale yet. I don't know if I'm going to be fully keeping them or what the plan or objective is with those at the moment. So we'll go through that. Total sales, I don't know if this is yearly or just lifetime on the account. I have had my COMC account for a while, but I didn't really focus as a seller. I flipped like maybe a few cards here or there, but now with the goal of trying to really grow this out, we'll see this number scale over time. I've been able to sell 351 specific cards, and I have purchased 1,215 here on the platform. So, and items added to the site so far is 681. So to show you also just some of the inventory I still have coming through. So this is the due date when it's estimated to be on the website. I don't know if they go past it. Sometimes I don't know specifically how that works, but this is my first orders, like dropping off stuff. And it was a big order at 1150. I do have a question on there if someone is more specific with COMC and their promotions. I thought they were doing a discount for the national. I'm getting charged 50 cents per card. I could be wrong, but I thought they had a special on that. Either way, you can see over here right now, estimated fees associated with everything. I have $334 with that one so far, but with 482 left, if it's going to charge 50 cents a card, we're looking at 241 associated with that to add to the site. This was just special 50 cents, everything under $100. Although I have been starting to work on getting more slabs. So like this one over here, estimated quality or quantity, this is going to be all slabs. And I also have another box that I'm going to drop off next year at Dallas. It probably has about another 100 slabs or so. When I do find some opportunities on that where I think I can make $5 a slab, 3 to 5, not 35, I'll take those risks. So, but it depends on the card, obviously. Like I was buying some high grade vintage of teams, and I think, whether it's like a Cardinals fan or Yankee fan, someone will end up wanting to grab that. A lot of $20 to $30 slabs, picking up $10, $5. However the case is, some of them I might have overpaid for, some of them I might have underpaid for quite a bit, but they will all eventually move. So that's the side of things, right? So if you look in general, a 520, or let's say that's about 160 right there, plus 480, so about 640. Plus all the stuff I have over here, probably another 100 slabs, which I have to drop off, and probably a couple hundred other singles cards. So the account's scaling over time. Now, it's not the easiest to take off money off the platform. You get charged 10%, or essentially you could buy items and ship it back. So, well, I don't know what I'm going to do on that side of things. I'll probably just keep it on COMC and grow this account for a little bit before that. But that is something to note with this platform. And maybe I'll make another video just talking about some different strategies and things like that. But your money is going to be tied up for a little bit, especially if you're going to continue to try to grow it. So a few other things that I've noticed, I do get quite a lot of 50% offers like this one over here. So selling a Manny Machado 2013 Topps Chrome rookie card. So I paid $7 for that, which I might have paid a little strong on it. Let's see what the asking rate is on these cards. Well, we have a 797 and a 798. So I am second right here in pricing, which I can just change this really quick. But 475 has sold across the last 4 years. So, I mean, I think that's a good amount, right? 120 per year, about 10 per month. So look at about a 3 day turnaround on average. Now I've had this a lot longer than 3 days, so maybe I'll just lower it a little bit. I'll go like 795 and see if it moves. I still have margin on that one because I paid 703. And there is a 5% fee associated with whatever sells. So do factor that in. I will lose essentially 40 cents, maybe 39 cents. I just quick math on that side of things. But I'll make 50 cents in general on this card. And I can't see the Machado card going to like $6, $5, $4 in the off season. So that'll be a nice little flip. And what I will say is COMC sees a lot of smaller flips. You will find your opportunities to find a card for $20 that should be 30 or 40. But you're looking at a lot of quarter or 50 cents or dollar here or there. But it does add up, and it essentially how fast you can go through it and find stuff that really make it worth it. There's sometimes like if you spend an hour, you have to figure how many cards you're going to flip. Like if you're going to continue to flip cards for 5 cents, might not be worth your time, right? But if you can find some opportunities where you flip cards for $1 or $2, again, it depends if you can find a good seller that has having discounts. There's a lot of strategies based around this, which I've discovered. I'm not going to dive into all of them in this specific video, and I'm still refining my strategies. That's partly the reason, and also want to do some testing. So I want to show you also some of my latest purchases over here. I did purchase a lot of cheap stuff, but now I've been starting to increase the quality a little bit. But I don't shy away from the cheap stuff because there is always people that want to have a 50-cent card or a dollar card. So if the numbers make sense, I will take it, especially if you're searching on things. It's pretty easy. So the first one over here is DMC. And researching this was a member of Run DMC, a famous musical artist. And this was a Brooklyn back. So these are pretty rare with Allen and Ginter. And Allen Ginter's a pretty established brand. I think the first year was 05 or 06, somewhere around there. I can't remember for sure. But for $12, I thought this was a no-brainer if you have a fan of the group. And I believe this is his first Topps card or solo card. I know DMC has cards in the 90s, but either way, autos of this artist over here are selling for like $50 to $75. Brooklyn back for $12. I think I should be able to get 20 plus on that. Next is a Yelich on here. I paid $7 for it. Now, Yelich, I'm pretty sure, is an MVP. Obviously has fans down in Miami and also Milwaukee. At $7, I thought that was a little too cheap on there, so obviously took that over here. Willie Randolph, I'm not too familiar with this player, but this is from Archive Signature Series. Oh, it's expensive. You get one card per box, and at $13, I looked up some comps. They're selling for like $18 to $20, so make a few bucks here. Stan Musial. So these glass ones over here, the stained glass, are extremely popular. And Stan Musial, probably a top 20 player of all time. Picked that up for $35. Probably a $40 to $60 card. I would say 40 on the very low end side of things if it doesn't move. So I think I priced it at 50. Paul Molitor over here, Archives autograph again. Someone listed this. And this is a good example. Like, these were all bought off of one seller. So sometimes like you find a deal and you can just continue to go through that seller's cards and you can find multiple deals. But this Paul Molitor, $20. The last one sold for $50. So I mean, there's $30 potential here, $10 potential, $5, maybe like $5, $10 each on those. But that's just from going through one specific seller at a time. This was a great win right over here when this stuff moves. Doesn't always happen like that. So like here's another one, right, that I just bought over here. 2002 Pools. I paid $1.80 for it. It's probably, I think, what, like a $2.25 card. Paid 31 cents for this Felix Hernandez, numbered to 699. Very popular player. I don't know if he'll make the Hall of Fame one day or not. Hard to say. I mean, obviously he had some arm injuries, which shortened his career. He started very, very young, by the way. But for 31 cents, like, at a card show itself, like, you could put this probably in a $2 or $3 bin, and a card like this would eventually move. So I look at it from that perspective. It's like, if it doesn't move on COMC, like, would this type of card do well at a card show in a dollar box? I think it would, right? So things like that. Another Ichiro over here. I think this was the only one on here. Oh no, this was a different Ichiro I bought, but 48 cents on a 2002 second year Ichiro card. Not technically second year, but second year in MLB. Okay. 2001 Bowman Chrome Willie Mays. What I found too is that these reprint cards, whether they're chromes or refractors or even paper, they do sell well. Sometimes it does take some time, but I've done pretty well buying this type of stuff so far. Prospects, a lot of people buy into those. So this was $2. Another example of a card like you're not going to be a millionaire from buying this type of stuff, right? There wasn't this one originally at 250, but the next highest was 298. There's 1,300 that sold over the 4 years. So I bought it at $2. If I sell it for 271, make a little bit of profit over there. I don't mind that. We'll go over another page. I bought quite a lot, so I'm not going to go through all the purchases. I'll start going through some of the stuff that has sold as well. Like a 2020 Kershaw Prism, $8.20 for that one, right? You go over here and see. I'm charging $1.89. Now, obviously, this person has a discount on their portfolio, which sometimes you can find some great opportunities on there. But once this card sells, I'm the next cheapest on here. Then you have $1.94, $1.98. So it'll eventually sell 64 sales across 4 years. Then this card came out in 2020. So essentially, not bad, right? So we can go over here. Another one, Goldschmidt. I paid 38 cents for this one. I already sold this one for like 60 cents. Lou Gehrig. But kind of stuff I like. Ronald Acuna, Evan Longoria rookie card, George Kirby, and some other stuff. But I'm taking a little bit of a break. I want my account to scale up a little bit with the funds. I don't want to keep depositing stuff in here until I sell a little bit more. But I'm in here, 52 Mantle. I paid strong for this, but I was surprised on the comps on this. Like 1983 reprint series, some of these are selling for $50 or $60 on eBay. And then we have a 1983 Jackie Robinson as well. Personally, I would never like pay for that for my own personal collection. Like PSA 8s and 9s of this were going for crazy amounts of money. But to each their own, right? Let me go back to my dashboard and I want to show you some of these sales. So right over here, 2021 Juan Soto got 37 cents, bought for 15 cents. So 22 cents on that one. And Nolan Ryan, $1.40, $1.88. This is the Acuna, $2, $2.58. Heritage Buster Posey, $7.20, $9.03. This was an example of a card that just completely nosedived. So when you are putting cards onto the website, remember there's a 50-cent minimum on there unless they're running any deals. Again, not fully sure, but at the time, I think at the National, this was over a 50-cent card, maybe 60 or 70, and it's dropped quite a bit. So sometimes you have to liquidate it and take some losses, but it does happen. And then you can see some other stuff, right? So, like purchase price, sales price. So I did pretty well over here, 720, right? $1.51, 60 to 125. I bought some stalwart cards before, so some of the ones that I decided not to keep through on the platform, some of them have been selling pretty well so far, so I can't complain about that. Tony Gwynn, $3, sold it for $7.45. Ken Griffey, $2.64, $3.15. Paul Goldschmidt, like I said, 65 cents there. A JJ Watt Chrome rookie card, $4. Probably bought it $1, been a long time ago. Cepeda Mays, Frank Robinson. I was surprised this card isn't a little bit more expensive, right? 3 legends. Well, Cepeda's a Hall of Famer, but he's like not on Willie Mays level or Frank Robinson level, but still $5. I mean, you can't pass that up when you're buying it for $3. Barry Bonds, right? Patrick Waugh, Mookie Betts. Another one of those like reprints. Reprints sell really well. $4.80, $6 over here. Even a Pokemon card, like if you find some opportunities on here, this is a first edition, which are pretty popular. $1.28, sold it for $1.98. And this is like very poor shape, but still 70 cents for what, 2 seconds to click on something. 86 Fleer. I bought quite a lot of 86 Fleer cards, and they haven't moved as fast as I thought they would so far. I mean, I paid $1.62, $2 off of that, so 40 cents. But there was a seller that was having a big discount, so I would just continue to buy them. They were all like $1, $2 cheaper than the next price, and I priced them out. So we'll see how they do over the next few months. I bought a lot of these early November, I'd like to say. 2020 Jordan. Yogi Berra. So like you can even buy slabs on the platform. So this was an example. I looked at this 62. I thought it looked pretty clean overall. There is some chipping over here, but it presented really well. And I paid 51 for it. Asked 63, got that full price actually pretty fast, and got $59.85. So nice $8 profit on that one. Miguel Cabrera. So I maybe have sold this one a little too cheap, but I paid $14 for it. Sold it for $23. So at the very end, right, took home $22, and I had this card for a day. So very, very fast on that one. Someone had 50% off port sale. Originally asked $30. I thought even 30 might have been a little too cheap, but at the end of the day, right, if you can flip a card for $8 like this that's not going in your collection and it can lead to some stuff for your PC, it's not a bad buy, right? And we have a Mickey Mantle over here. Again, Mantle stuff sells really well, even if it's not specifically a vintage card. Now, this is 1958 type of design. Home Run King over here, 270, sold for 477. This Tiger Woods, I essentially gave to the platform for free, sold for 50 cents, got 47 cents back. Again, it like sell it, or is it just always going to be on your account forever? I'd rather just have the funds back. A Nolan Ryan archives over here, a single panel. Obviously, Kuzman's supposed to be there too. Jackie always sells pretty well too. Freddie Freeman, Pujols, Soto, 1953 Trey Turner, a Johnny Unitas, right? 750, sold for 1140. This was just something super fast, right? Kevin Alcantara or Contra, I don't know. I don't follow too much of the prospecting side of things, but I know Yankee prospects sometimes sell quite a bit. I saw a lot of sales going on with this. 79 cents, sold for 97, right? I think this was really, really fast sale. And does it tell you actually right over here when oh, there we go. It tells you when I bought something, right? So that's actually kind of nice. So I bought that one, and like I said, this is my first time kind of making these videos, so I'll get a little better. But 1124, 1127, so 3 days, pretty fast move. This is a little bit slower here, this 2012 Trout. I was kind of shocked at how cheap these were. I mean, remember a few years ago, these were going for a pretty good amount of money, but they've gone down quite a bit. Pretty fast sale on this over here for the Fisk. Derek Jeter took about 20 days, but that's kind of my goal, right? Like, I'll continue to buy some stuff, see how it does, and then I will eventually try to buy some PC side of things here on the platform. I have bought some non-sports cards in the past, so like a lot of music I've purchased on here, and I'll show you some of the stuff in my inventory right now too that I haven't marked for sale yet, and I'm not sure yet. So I'll just go over here to my inventory manager, and just a quick tip: anytime you want to price out stuff, just click without prices. You can see. So this one, it's not going to go on the PC. I'm like 50-50 if I'm going to grade it or not, which I do got to show you. I did send some stuff to grading, and I'll explain why I did that. I picked up some of these Blender matchbooks. They're pretty tough to find. So Paul McCartney's, John Lennon, and also the full Beatles. I just haven't decided yet if I'm going to sell these ones or not, or get them graded, or what the case is. I already do have these, I believe, but they are raw. But again, like this one looks very sharp. So I'll see what goes on over here, right? Then we have a Neil Armstrong. So this isn't his best image in the set, but this is a Genki, and I did not own that one. Ford stuff does sell. I know he's a very controversial figure outside of building out Ford, but very popular on that side of things. And I don't want to talk about his other stuff. It's not the best. I will tell you that. No good over there. But he did start the brand, and it's a household name. The 1965 Genki Rolling Stones. I did not have this one. I believe this is a plain right over here. It's in poor condition, obviously, but you take it, right? Genki Beatles, another one I didn't have over here, 1965. So 65 is the first year for Rolling Stones, 65 second year technically for the Beatles. So I will take that one. This is Barnes over here. So this is one of the best, essentially like the version of pictures for cricket and early 1900s. But what makes this card special is it's a Sydney Ogden. Sydney Ogdens are kind of like the Venezuela Topps cards of the Ogden series, if that makes sense. So Ogdens were distributed over in the United Kingdom, but they also distributed them in Sydney, and they have their own specific checklist associated with those. So there's quite a few Sydney Ogdens that I'm still looking for, and this one came on the platform. I decided to purchase it because it goes straight in my Cricut PC, and also at the same time, I do collect a lot of these Sydney Ogdens. So I'm really thrilled with that one. Actually, funny enough, the guy I bought it from, I've done deals with over a lot, and met him overseas when I went to the UK card ship. So pretty cool to own into my collection there. Another one of these Fords. I picked this up for like $2 or $3. Like, I'm pretty sure his Look and See alone from 1952 is more expensive. Oh, there you go. $5 on that one. Este Chromo. This is a tougher Guns N' Roses card. This is from actually Rock Attack over here. So they have Rock Attack stickers over here. It does have pen marks, which, right, give or take, but these are really tough to find with their original backs. A lot of them are peeled off or pasted in albums. And I think the first Guns N' Roses cards were 1990, some debate 1989, 1990. I think this is a pretty cool imagery over here too, just like their album. I've never seen this Beatles card before. I actually think I won this on a COMC auction, which I've done a horrible job looking at COMC auctions for opportunities here on the platform. Something I need to look forward to in 2024. And again, I'll probably make a COMC strategy video what I've learned. Like I said, I've never seen this one before here on the beach. That's pretty cool. I do have this card. This is the Eagles, one of their first year cards, Telepop. It does have that horrible side over here, but a lot of these were pasted into albums. My other one is like this as well. And at $3, I paid $32 for this one, but $3 for a very early Eagles card, not bad. These Brockham cards are very like they're out there all the time. This is Slayer. They have I think a 1990 or 89 card as well. So I might end up selling one of these or two of these in the future. I don't know. We'll decide over here. Megadeth. I don't know for sure if they have earlier stuff. I paid 70 cents. There's 16 from 69 cents. And 1985 Bono. This is his second card. He has 84 over here. Like I said, I bought this a long time ago, like 2021, and this is before I started kind of getting into COMC flipping. Started at the summer, but $20 over there. And then there's some more cricket cards and stuff like that, which I just haven't decided if I'm gonna sell those or put them on the platform. I don't know. I have to figure it out. Like some of these I overpaid for, like $5.98. And this is like when I was first getting into cricket cards. You can see 2021. I was not an expert. Like it takes some time. I just started looking up some of these Hall of Famers and just started buying them on here blindly. I did get some of the better stuff shipped back to me, I think in 22. So, but a lot of this stuff, I don't know. I'll probably just end up liquidating it, but I'm still 50-50 on it. I probably should just make a decision what I'm going to do. I know that some of the Barretts are a little bit tougher to find depending on their series. All right, so I forgot to show you guys what I did get graded too. So I have 2 grading submissions right now. It says 65 days, so we'll see. And I submit these on the 22nd. We'll go through the first one. This is a 1930 post serial. It's like 50-50 if it's going to get the A or if it's going to get a numerical grade. I'm crossing my fingers for numerical grade. But what does scare me is we're a little bit over the line right there. So, and over here on the side, I'd give it a 50-50 shot if it gets a grade or not. But the price I paid for it was pretty cheap, surprisingly. And this card is a lot more liquid once graded. So I looked at it from perspective, like, okay, worst case scenario is going to be an A. Realistically, if it does get a numerical grade, maybe a 3, maybe a 4. I can't tell with these in person. It does have that spot in the back. Actually, I would probably give this a 2 or a 3. But it will be a more liquid card once it is slabbed up. And there's not too many of these. It's kind of a rare card, but there's a big market for Abraham Lincoln cards. Now, this won't go in my own personal collection, but I'm sure someone will pick that up. The other card over here is this 1998 International Frank Thomas. Now, I kind of gambled on this one, and there's a few different reasons why. I do notice that most of the time that there are scratches on cards, COMC will call them out. I'm not too sure with 90s refractors. I never bought a 90s refractor from COMC and got it in hand. So I don't know what to expect. But the reason why I wanted to give this a shot is I got this card very, very cheap. In fact, like if I got this slabbed up and it came back a 6, 7, or an 8, I'd still make profit off of it based off of its sales. So I didn't mind that, to give it a chance, and I kind of want to see what happens. Now, obviously, one card doesn't make a great sample size to determine if it's worth grading cards or not. But it would be kind of fun, right? And it'll also make for some good content. So that's this Frank Thomas over here, and you can see the back, like it is OC, but I did take a look at some of the 9s and 10s, and they were also off-centered like this. So I don't know what to expect with either of these, but we'll see again in like, 2 months or so. I have no idea how this is going to work for the processing side of things. It was $22 to grade it, which I don't have a PSA membership. I don't know what PSA cost to grade right now is, but who knows? But that's kind of my COMC account right now. And I'll be doing an update every single month just to show you guys how this progresses over time. For the December update, I don't know if I'm going to do a ton of flipping on here. I am quite busy with some projects that I'm working on as well, which I'll dive into in a little future date here on the channel, because some of them are sports card related, and that's kind of why I haven't been uploading as much. but also I have started a data science YouTube channel too. So I've been kind of busy with that, and I've had quite a lot of stuff to do from work. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this first COMC video, but I hope you guys did enjoy this first COMC video. And if you want to see more or some like tips and tricks, let me know and I'll make more here on the channel. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one.